Hey everyone and welcome back to the course. In this session, we will exploring one of the most important and often misunderstood pillar of GDPR, that is accountability. So now when most people think of GDPR, they think of consent form, data breach or privacy notices. But accountability is what truly make GDPR alive. Because under GDPR, it's not enough to follow the law, but you must be able to prove you are following it. So, today we will break down what accountability really means, who it applies to, and how it look in a real business practice. Let's start with the basics. Accountability is equal to responsibility plus proof. In simple word, uh, it's a simple formula, but it changes everything about compliances. So, under GDPR Article 5(2), the controller, the one deciding why and how data is processed, is responsible for compliance and must be able to demonstrate that compliance at any time. So this shift the mindset from passive compliance, when you say yes, we are following the rules, to proactive accountability where you can show exactly how you are following the rules. Think of it like a driving test. It's not enough to know the rules, you have to show you can drive safely. Now, accountability is not just about one party. It applies to both controller and processor, but their responsibility differ. Let's break this down. The controller decide how and why personal data will be processed. The processor act on behalf of the controller. For example, a cloud hosting provider or payroll service. So if a company like Techie Store collects customer data to complete purchase, Techie Store is the controller. And if they used a cloud provider to store that data, that cloud company is the processor. Both must comply with the GDPR, but the controller is the one who hold primary accountability. Article 24 of the GDPR tell us that the controller must implement appropriate technical and organizational measures to ensure and to able to demonstrate that processing is compliant. In simple word, don't just follow GDPR, prove that you follow GDPR. It's not about ticking boxes, it's about embedding privacy into your organizational DNAs. So, as a controller, you two key jobs are implement effective measures and be ready to demonstrate them anytime to regulator partner, even for customer also. Think of it as being ready for a surprise inspection. You don't panic if you have been doing things right all along. Okay, so what exactly are these measures? Look, let's look at some practical example. Technical measures, the how. Encrypt data at rest and in transit, use pseudonymization, anonymization, secure network and serves, implement access control, give access only to those who need it, regular test system for security weakness, or in organizational measures, maintain internal privacy policies, procedure, conduct regular data protecting training for employees, perform DPIAs, keep records, and have clear data processing agreements. So, technical measures are your lock and alarm, while organization measures are your policies and people practices. So in the next slide, what is we are talking about the joint controller. Sometimes two or more organization jointly decide how and why their personal data is processed. They are called joint controller under Article 26. For example, imagine an airline and a hotel chain running a joint loyalty program. Both decide how customer data will be used. That makes them joint controller. So the key requirement for the joint controller is transparent agreement, informed data subject, and shared liability. So collaboration comes with shared accountability, not shared excuses. Now here is an interesting one. Article 21 applies to companies outside the EU. So if you based in India, US or Canada, but you process the personal data of people in the EU, you are still within the GDPR reach. You must appoint a representative in the EU if you active if your activities involve offering goods and services to EU resident and monitoring the behavior. These representatives act as a local point of contact to both users and regulation. So if you serve EU customer, you can't hide behind geography. GDPR still says we can see you. So let's wrap the three pillars of accountability we have discussed today. Article 24, the controller, Article 26, the joint controller, and 27, the representative. There are three articles together show that accountability is just about charity, responsibility, sorry, clarity, responsibility, and accessibility. So, thank you and see you in the next